It is a beautiful Saturday morning in Ohio, and a perfect day for the third round of the Push Scooter Racing League. I'm your commentator Jackson, and I'm going to take you for a lap around the track. First turn is a fast downhill, then we come up into the Whirly-O, and straight into the Dusty Horseshoe, which is the garage. A lot of dust in here, you can struggle for grip. It's a good place to set up a pass down the front stretch. Here's a look at the points. Green Goblin leads Mason by 8 points.
I'm the best.
Luke, our round 2 winner, is 4th in points, looking to get a jump on the competition today. Let's scoot. Luke down into turn 1 is your leader. Matthew gets pushed out wide by Mason, but Matthew challenges it back up the backstretch through the Whirly-O. Mason concedes. Here they come through the Dusty Horseshoe. Look at that dust flying. Luke's still your leader here, and he's going to trip over his own feet. I don't know what happened there. He might have hit a crack. Looking at the replay, it looks like his front wheel actually went under, and that caused him to wreck. 3, 2, 1, scoot. We're going to restart with 1 to go here. Luke's going to take the lead in the corner. Green Goblin pushes Matthew wide, but Matthew challenges back. Not much happens to the Dusty Horseshoe. They stay single file. Here they come to the line. Luke's going to take the win. Coming up is race 3, which is 5 laps. There are no pit stops. We got rid of those. Here's a start. Luke takes the lead. Luke runs way wide. Here comes Green Goblin up the stretch. Near the Dusty Horseshoe they go. Matthew trips up. Allows Mason to get around. And we've got a caution. We're going to restart with 4 to go. 4 to go. Here comes Luke. He's not going to go wide this time, but Green Goblin gets a good run up the stretch. So does Matthew. Matthew's going to pass Green Goblin into the Whirly-O. Through the Dusty Horseshoe they go. They're still side by side. Matthew's defending this position really well, and he torpedoes the Green Goblin. He won't be too happy about that. In fact, here he comes to try and pass Matthew back through the Dusty Horseshoe. Very hard to pass in there. Here they come back down the front stretch. 3 laps to go. It is getting tight here. And watch them almost go 3 wide up the back stretch. Matthew seems to be hobbling over the garage section. Coming out of the Dusty Horseshoe, the Green Goblin's going to take a look on Luke, too far back to make a move, and Luke trips. That allows Green Goblin to make a move up the back stretch, and he's going to take the position. Goblin to the lead. And just in time, this is the final lap. Matthew seems to be making a push on Luke on the outside. He takes a wider line and hopes to get Luke up the Whirly-O. He's not going to do it this time. Maybe he can make something happen out of the Dusty Horseshoe. They're going to be side by side to the line, and Matthew's going to take it. Matthew is there all race, and he finally takes second right at the end. Now this is the close contact kind of racing we like to see. Coming up is race 4, which is another 5-lap race, but inverted positions from race 3.
2, 1, 2.
Mason will go first into the corner, and Matthew's going to pass him immediately. Here they go up into the Whirly-O. Mason really needs to finish top 2 here so he can close in on the points lead of the Green Goblin. Here comes Matthew down the front stretch with a huge lead. By lap 2, they're all single file. Green Goblin's going to set up a pass on Luke. And Luke is going to trip once again from the back. That'll bring out a caution. Here's a replay. Looks like Luke's just going to jump like Michael Jordan. We're going to get restarted with 3 laps to go here. And they're off. Matthew's going to get into turn 1 first. Luke is going to almost pass the Green Goblin there. Into the Dusty Horseshoe. Things start to get single file. Green Goblin looking to set up a pass on Mason. He goes way wide. Allows Luke to catch up here. It's turned off camber. It just got out from underneath him. And this is an intensive braking zone going into turn 1. Here comes Matthew with 1 to go. Things are starting to get single file. Everybody's calmed down after those few exciting moments. Matthew's going to come and take the win here. And it looks like there's going to be a dead heat between Mason and Green Goblin. The finish line has a chunk of grass growing out of it, which means that Mason got to the line first by a margin of only 3 inches. Coming up is our final race, which is 7 laps, and you start where you finished from your last race.
3, 2, 1, 2.
Here they go. Matthew's getting a commanding lead into turn 1. Mason and Luke tangle in the first corner. Mason's going pretty slow off the backstretch. Luke is catching up. Here comes Green Goblin setting up a pass on Matthew, and he makes it into turn 1. Perfect timing, great execution, straight to the point. Here he comes to take lap 3. Luke knocked over a cone last lap. He'll have to be careful because if he knocks over another cone, that's going to be a stop and go penalty. As things start to get single file here, we don't usually talk about strategy here, but in a 7-lap race, you really want to save your energy towards the end. As we see Mason now clip a cone. This is the second time today Mason has hit a cone, so he'll need to take a stop and go penalty sometime before the end of the race. Back to what I was saying earlier, at the beginning of a race you want to conserve your energy, but you do want to make up positions as quickly as possible because that's the best time to pick up positions because as you can see it gets spread out like this. You may end up using more energy to set up a pass. Speaking of which, here comes Luke on Mason. Luke's going to take it from Mason. Not yet, they're going to tangle into the garage. We're going to have to settle a debate here for position. Taking a look at the replay here, this was actually Mason's corner. Mason was ahead and Luke started to push the issue here and Mason took the shortcut. Luke fell over. Mason still has a stop and go penalty, but we're going to waive that and just do a 1-lap shootout for these two.
3, 2, this will be a 1-lap shootout. 3, 2, 1, scoot. Oh, that's some cheater McPeter-eater behavior. 3, 2, 1, scoot. Here they come down to the whirl-yo. Luke's gonna take an early lead. They're coming up the hill through the S's into the dusty horseshoe. Luke's still with a commanding lead. Looks like they're gonna be side by side coming out. Mason's trying some tactics. Luke's gonna take the win of the 1v1.
Let's take a look at the final scores. That was an exciting race event. Matthew got second most points, which is actually first of the Ohio riders. Let's take a look at the championship standings. Matthew jumped up to second in points today, while Mason fell all the way back to fourth. This is a pick 5 championship, so only your 5 best results count. Luke had a solid performance today, which puts him third in points, and ultimately the Green Goblin takes the event win. This has been Jackson with the Push Scooter Racing League. Until we meet again.